What happens when you take the world of Stranger Things and put it into a comic book format? Not to mention Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of stuff too. Or Supernatural for that matter. You're about to find out, because we're about to do our review of Proctor Valley Road, a 5-issue miniseries. And I gotta tell you right now, it was good. But how good was it really? You're about to find out. Because this is the Comic Book Review Show. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of the Comic Book Review. I am your host as always, the Adventurous Joe himself, master of all them multiverses, and the reason why the DCEU and the MCU are total disasters. Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe, at your service. And I gotta tell you right now, this thing was unbelievable. Okay, Proctor Valley Road is one of those stories that you will sit back and go, what? Yeah, it literally takes place in the time of the 60s or 70s, I believe it is. And it's because they're talking about Janis Joplin and stuff like that. I believe that was the 60s and 70s. But either way, the story is about these 4 girls. There's Cora, August, Jenny, and Riley, which is August's cousin. And they are the troublemakers of troublemakers. Because in order to get to Janis Joplin, they got to come up with the money for the tickets and stuff. Okay, so the two of them, Riley and August, come up with a plan to, do this, do that, and stuff like that, and make the money to go see Janis Joplin in concert and stuff. The thing is, they don't have the means to do it. So there's at one point in the first issue, they come up with this idea for Proctor Valley Road and say, we'll do a spooky tour kind of deal, And they figured, we'll take these guys out there, they'll pay us this money and stuff like that. And we'll take them out there and let them know this place is all spooked as hell and stuff like that. And they at first it was just like a goof just so they could make their money and stuff like that. That goof turned out to be reality because something happens on Proctor Valley Road that the 3 guys they took out there to do all this spook tour crap and stuff disappear without a trace. And the 4 girls are suspected of either helping them draft dodge by taking them over the border to Mexico, or they did something with their bodies. And I'm like, what? Yeah, something comes out of the darkness on Proctor Valley Road, and the 3 boys just disappear. And it's up to August, Riley, Cora, and Jenny to find out, where did they go? Where did they go? What happened here? August thinks it's all a bunch of hoo-ha and stuff, till she goes back out there herself to go sit and try and find them and stuff to prove their innocence and everything, and almost gets hit by a car out of nowhere. And the car is not from this reality kind of deal. It literally, she throws something at it, and it literally goes, and she's like, nope, I'm out. I am so out of here. Forget my bike, forget everything else in between. I am so out of this place. And August's mom has the biggest problem with her, okay, because she blames her for her husband / August's father leaving. Okay, the man takes off one night, never seen again. And his daughter believes maybe he's got another family out there somewhere, or dad wouldn't have just left us like that, and everything else in between. And they blame each other. The mom and daughter literally blame each other and stuff. But by the end of the comic, in the final issue and stuff like that, everything comes together nicely to the point that it grants a happy ending, but also sets it up for another series to take place, or a continuation of this one. You never know, because it's just that kind of a story. Well, anyways, the girls are hell-bent on finding out what happened to the 3 boys they took out there, because the town is turned on them. They're thinking they're killers or something in between, because one of the boys' bodies turns up and the boy is dead. So they went from being blamed for helping them draft dodge to straight up murder. Yep, you heard it right. The girls are now being blamed for murder. And not only does the whole town turn on them and stuff. I mean, at one point there's ice cream. There's an ice cream truck and stuff. And Cora's like, "Oh, I could go for some. I want some ice cream. Can we please get some ice cream?" And Riley's like, "Okay, I'll get you. We'll have some ice cream and stuff." And the ice cream truck driver tells them to get bent. I don't serve murderers. And Jenny comes out and says, "Yeah, well, nobody wants your ice cream anyway. It's full of formaldehyde and other crap that could kill you." They literally turn on the girls, and it is terrible, to the point that you think all is not going to end well and stuff. Well, it turns out the girls went back out there again after August found out her mom is dating one of the cops. Okay, so she steals his cop car with her cousin, with their 2 friends, and goes out there to Proctor Valley Road to frickin' find out what the hell is going on out there and stuff. And that's when they encounter the witch. Yeah, she is the most vile, evil woman of the undead, if you will, because she sends a frickin' monstrous bull after them and everything else in between. And it was just like unbelievable how it turned out. Well, their principal, this is the funny part, the principal of their high school can't get answers from them and stuff. So idiot decides he's gonna go out there himself to Proctor Valley Road, find those boys, the other 2 boys and stuff, and make himself the big hero man. Yeah. He goes out there and encounters the witch and her cronies, and they literally terrorize him to the point he's in an insane asylum in the next issue. Yep. So they now know, the witch now knows who they are, and she says that she's gonna torment them till they die. Okay, and they literally fight images of themselves and everything in between. They encounter ghosts at a gas station, at this old bakery / gas station and stuff, and that's when they find out about what is really going on. Okay, there's an Indian reservation. They go to this Indian reservation. The old woman, she tells them everything this witch is doing, why she is so like she is, and everything else in between it. Okay, and August comes right out and says, if this bitch wants a fight with us, she's got one, because we're not going down without a fight. Okay, so August, Riley, Cora, and Jenny put together a plan to go find what happened to the 2 other boys and stuff, and kill the witch. So, once and for all, if you will. And it turns out there's more to this than they knew, because there's also, this witch wasn't just taken over Proctor Valley Road. She wasn't just haunting that blasted road. She was using other dead spirits on that road as well to enhance her powers, to use as her minions of the undead kind of deal and stuff. And how it all comes down is Cora, for one, I gotta tell you right now, out of this whole thing, out of all 4 girls, Cora and August are my favorites. Cora, I just loved her. She was just so shy and intimidated by everything. She was so scared of everything. But by the final issue, that girl literally kicks the crap out of everyone. I'm like, what happened? Well, it turns out her father told her to go down into the basement, take her without her flashlight that she's always carrying, and stand in the darkness. And he said, confront the darkness. Okay, so she gets all scared because one of the witch's minions gets after her and stuff, pulls up with their little haunt car, little monster car, haunted car, whatever you want to call it and stuff. And the little monster, the little bastard thinks he's got her cornered and stuff like that. And she goes like that and turns out her flashlight, and then breaks the headlights on their freaking ghost car. And they're like, "Where'd she go? Oh, come on, that's not fair. You can't hide in darkness like this." She got in their freaking car and ran over his 2 beasts. I was like, what the? She gets in the car and runs the freaking stupid dead hyenas over. She literally runs them over. And then he's sitting there going, "You can't do that," and stuff. And she goes like that, pulls out the seatbelt from the damn car, and she says, "Someone needs to give you discipline." I'm like, holy God! Cora became my favorite little character out of this whole thing. And August had the best happy ending of all, because not only did they find out the other 2 boys were still alive, okay, that the witch had them, she's planning to use them as a sacrifice and everything to regain her and continue her tormenting and everything else in between and stuff, to gain more power. But she also lets August know what happened to her dad. August is like, "My dad, what do you mean? What do you know about my dad?" And she pulls out his wedding ring. And says, "The fool dropped it in the freaking lake, and he was drunk. He was trying to sober up and stuff. I drowned him while he was trying to get this back." And she was just like, "Oh, you bitch!" Oh yeah, that's what she came out and said too. She's like, "Oh, you freaking." She kills that witch, because the girls have to bond together, use their bond between them and stuff, in order to kill this witch. And they do so. And when she's dying and screaming like, "You can't do this to me," August is just like a big F you. That's for killing my dad. So it's like, yep. So the girls end up having a happy ending. The boys tell everything that happened. Nobody can believe it, but then they remember that the principal went out there and he freaking came back a mess. So yeah. Well, the story ends basically with the fact that they finally get to go to Janis Joplin in concert. The town rewarded them, calling them heroes now and stuff, and where they turned on them and called them murderers and everything else in between. So they got to go see Janis Joplin and stuff. Cora is totally different now. She's not shy. She's not intimidated by things now and stuff. She hears something on the radio about a guy wanting some cheese, and Riley's helping her, smoke the marijuana and stuff. And she goes like this. Yeah, she said, "Yeah, buddy, you go get that cheese." And I'm like, what happened to that sweet little girl? What happened to this sweet little girl that was so shy and intimidated? And she's a badass now. the whole thing ends on a big, where you could continue this story and keep it going. Start a whole other series and stuff. Or start a whole new thing and call it Proctor Valley Road the series and stuff like that. Because this ends on a note that they know Proctor Valley Road's got a lot of demons out there. Okay? And the girls already took down the witch and her minions and stuff. But there's more out there. So what happens over the radio? They hear somebody on the police band screaming for help and stuff like that. That's, this thing's just killed my partner. It's yeah, me in the throat. They're sitting there going, ladies, I think we, they're like, ladies, I think it's time we go bust us some bad juju kind of deal. And I'm like, they're gonna become like Ghostbusters now. Overall, Proctor Valley Road was fantastic. I loved it. I didn't care about the whole, there was some little bit of racist attitude kind of deal and stuff. Because, the old lady that the Jenny was working for and stuff like that says, black girls like you will never go up in space and everything else in between. They don't allow girls to go up in space. And that kind of attitude. But that was the decade of the frickin' 60s and the 70s. Okay, that was how it was back then. Even today, it's still kind of like that. But nowadays, you call it the black person the N-word, you're looking to get your ass whooped. Yep. Anyways, Proctor Valley Road gets a 10 out of 10. I enjoyed every moment of this comic series. It's only 5 issues, but it was still worth reading. It was enjoyable from start to finish, and I loved how it ended, especially when August was able to tell her mom, Dad never left us, he was murdered. Okay, he was taken from us. And gave her mom back his wedding ring and stuff like that. And they finally got recognition. Okay, they finally got redemption. And the whole story arc culminated in the girls' bond between them. They were lifelong friends, lifelong good friends, and everything else in between. And that's what kept them alive. That's what the bond they had between them kept them alive throughout all the witch's BS that she was pulling. And I'm sorry about all the swearing, but there was a lot of swearing in this thing, but I enjoyed reading it nonetheless. Proctor Valley Road, Final Judgment is a 10 out of 10, and highly recommend. If you can get it at your local LCS, local comic shop, for all those that don't know what LCS stands for, okay? If you can find this in the back issues, get the 5 issues, okay, and read them. It's a fan-freaking-tastic time to enjoy every bit of it. Favorite characters in it are August and Cora for me. It might be different for you. Your favorite character might be Riley or Jenny. You never know and once you read it. But either way, Proctor Valley Road is a 10 out of 10. High recommendations to read it. And that's it for this episode of the Comic Book Review Show. I've been your host, as always, the Adventurous One himself, Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe. And until the next time, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on anything we got going on in 2024. We got a lot more on the way, and you don't want to miss out on a single thing we got going on. So make sure you hit the bell and set it to all. So until the next one, my adventurous ones, peace out. May the force be with all of you. And every last one of y'all have a safe, lovely, and beautiful week out there. Take care of yourselves, your family, your friends, your pets, loved ones in general. And be smart. Use this and get home safely to them. And don't do stupid stuff out there that will get you killed and taken out of their lives. So until the next time, take care. God bless all of you. And I'll see you all next time.